Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Unfiltered Chats with Transcend Training. Thank you for joining in on today's adventure. Let's do this! Welcome to episode 6 of Unfiltered Chats with Transcend Training. They're already laughing. This is going to be awesome. I'm Tanya Moorhead.
I'm Peyton Toole.
I'm Angie Lucas.
So this one's going to be fun because, I think I always lead with that, but they all are fun. But we kind of had all of these plans, and we all had notes. Well, they had notes. We had notes. We had a topic of what we were going to do, and I changed it just now because I feel like part of being Unfiltered Chat is speaking about the things that need to be spoken to at that time. So literally, I just a few minutes ago said, hey, let's do a different topic because we feel it's very necessary to be addressed. So what we're going to call this one, because we always have to label it, we're going to call it, Why Is It Okay? Right? So it's interesting, especially this time of year, right? When the turn of the year, when everything is like coming at everybody, and you see all these things everywhere. And for us, it's like red flags everywhere all the time, like on the daily. So my thing is like what I'd like to talk about today is why is it okay to talk negatively, shame, bully, whatever word you want to use. Like, why is it okay to do that for people that are trying to get healthy on any level, whether it be through their nutrition, working out, mind setting, what else? You know, like anything along those lines. Like, why is it okay to do those things, but it's really frowned upon, and I agree on this, by the way, it's really frowned upon to do the same thing for people that are unhealthy. It's not okay to say something to them. It's not okay to address it. It's not okay to give advice. It's
Secretive.
It's secretive. Yeah, that's good. So why, what do you guys have to say about that so far? Like,
Well, it's not okay. It's not okay to bash people or look down on people or roll your eyes at people who are doing it the correct way because you're not. That really projects on what you're doing, that you know you're doing the wrong thing. But I'll stop there for now. You go ahead. This is a long show.
And maybe say too. I didn't say. We are not going on. Address what healthy is, because I guess I didn't do that.
Okay,
so what is the true? I'll let you handle that one. What's the true definition of healthy? What does healthy mean in real terms?
Well, I think that healthy looks different for everybody as far as on the outside, but I think health needs to go back to being about eating a whole food diet, moving your body. It doesn't have to be some crazy workout, having a good mindset, appreciating your body and yourself for what you're able to do. I mean, the list could go on, but I think that what healthy is very construed. Mm-hmm. And so people are doing things to be a smaller size, but in turn, they're making themselves much more unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about size. It's about a look. It's about a look, not about a feeling.
But that's not what healthy is.
Yeah, no, that's what we focus on, a feeling, not a look.
Because that's what healthy really is.
Yes.
So when you say healthy, it's through the things that you just said.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'll hear a lot of times, like, if people say it's unhealthy to, like, count calories or track your food or, no, it's not.
No.
It can get to an unhealthy level, but everything can.
Everything. Yeah.
But it's not like an automatic bad thing if you track your food, if you work out, and you do things the right way. It's just so interesting to me that people can talk so negatively about it.
Yeah.
Like it's a bad thing. Mm-hmm. It's like what the best thing you can do for your body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But also we at Transcend Training are very careful. We would never push it on you to count your calories or whatever like that. We're very careful with who we're talking to, and we make sure that they don't already have a bad relationship with tracking their food. If they do, then we find a different way. We will do something else. We'll have you write something down, or just be aware of what you're putting into your body. There's different ways. So it's not unhealthy, and it is okay.
Yeah. But it would be great if the whole world could go back to intuitive eating. That's the way we were intended to eat. That's the way we were built to eat.
Yeah.
But again, we have done starvation diets. We have eaten processed foods for so many years. We have binged and yo-yoed and done all the things. And so very few people's bodies actually recognizes hunger and fullness and all the things the appropriate way.
Mm-hmm.
So intuitive eating is very, very difficult to do when A, your body doesn't recognize it, and B, you're not feeding it what you should be anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't have normal hunger cues.
You don't have normal hunger cues, and when you do, you're not giving it, lean meats, protein, carbs.
Well,
healthy
because
fats.
for the most part, when your hunger cues and your intuitive eating is messed up, it will, like, you may take all day to eat, and by the time you finally eat at the end of the day, because you've ignored all those signs throughout the day, you're going to binge, and you're going to go to, like, the most unhealthy thing because you're so hungry, you don't have time to prepare a healthy meal. And that leads to other problems as well.
Well, and I think, too, the people that talk negatively about it, they're obviously the education is not there, and they have done the wrong things themselves.
They've never done the correct way.
Right.
Ever.
So that's why they talk negative about it. I'm like, okay, so you're the one giving the advice when you've never done anything right anyways.
Maybe they've worked out once. Maybe they've eaten one healthy meal. And that one thing didn't work for them that one day. And so now they look negatively on everything that we do, or anyone like us do.
Yeah.
But I think also it's because it's hard.
Yeah.
What we do is hard. It's not as easy.
Yeah, but it's easy to be negative about it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
That's why they think more negatively of it, because it isn't simple.
Yeah. But and the thing is, though, is like a lot of the people that are talking negatively about it are people pushing other things, right? And the ones that are pushing those things are the ones that haven't done it the right way.
Yeah.
So it's easy for them. Really, that part's easy for them because they have taken the easy, wrong way out.
Yeah.
And so it is easy to talk about, negatively about the things that your body needs and requires and what you're supposed to do because they've never done it. So they look at it as a negative thing because they have never done the work necessary to figure out the path that their body actually needs to feel good.
Or it's an inner reflection of, what Tanya said, but it's an inner reflection of they maybe see other people doing it the correct way, the healthy way, and that one way that they tried that one time didn't work for them. So it could be why is that working for them, but it's not working for me kind of thing. I'll just do something else. I'll just do the easy thing, if that makes sense. Like an inner reflection of it didn't work for me. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Almost like they're jealous.
Yes, I didn't want to say that, but yes.
For them.
Yes, like
she didn't want to say that.
A jealousy type thing. Yes, exactly. Yes. And that's why that goes back to when you were kids and you're jealous of someone, you're going to talk negatively about them.
Yeah.
So yes, that's exactly what I was trying to say, but I was trying to be nice.
Yeah. And here's the thing, if you're looking for like health and wellness advice and people are talking negatively about the true things that it takes to be healthy, number one, red flag. Number two, run away as fast as possible because those are not the people that you want to take advice from.
Yeah.
Like if just for an example, like if I was looking to have this new hairstyle and do all these things and I go to this person that doesn't even wash their hair or cut it or take care of themselves, I sure as hell am not going to go to them. Right? So
No, we're not.
But that's my thing is don't take advice from somebody who's not doing the things that you're seeking, like the real things. Like, so do your research. Like, don't take advice from somebody who is doing things the quick, easy way. And if they are, sit back and watch them for a year or two.
Yeah.
Sit back and watch them for a year or two to see, like, okay, so you're doing this thing now. Awesome. What happens in a year from now? Do they gain it all back? What happens? Because I've been doing this for 12 years and I haven't.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
No.
Like, do all your research you want on me.
It won't even take a year to watch them. Watch them for a few weeks.
And I want to say something too, which we always go back to this and address it. Like, and the reason, and I can speak to this myself probably more than anybody sitting here, because I weigh 235 pounds. I knew what it was like. I bought all the things. I did all the things, and none of it freaking worked. I used to drink 12 Coke Zeros a day. What? What? If somebody comes to me today, I'm like, oh my God, like, so did I.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I know. Like, I am not speaking, like, we don't speak to this because we're like, oh, well, we're the only ones that do everything right. Well, around here, apparently we are, but Angie's face, she's always so disappointed in me.
This is just real unfiltered today.
It is really, really real. But I'm saying we speak to it because we know, because we've been through it. A lot of these people are people that are pushing it, or people that are seeking like advice from. They've never walked the walk. They've never done the things.
They've never even talked about it.
They won't even talk about it. But they've never went from like exactly where you are to where you actually want to be, not physically. Yeah, great, but mentally. Where are you in your head?
Mm-hmm.
Are they? That's what I want to know. So fine, you've lost all this weight doing all the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now I'm about to dig into your head. Okay? Do you still like yourself, or do you like yourself now? Because you didn't hear. Do you like yourself now? Probably not.
Mm-mm.
Can you stand looking at yourself naked in front of a mirror? No, you couldn't hear, and you still can't hear.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? Because you did the wrong work.
And you know you did the wrong work.
Yeah, so what? You were a size 20 here, and I'm saying that because that's where I was. I was at an 18 too tight, about to go into a 20, and that's when I changed my life, right? So you couldn't do it here at 20. You still can't do it here at a size 4, which we know, right? You too.
Yeah.
I remember when I was at my smallest and I was going to compete, I was down to 132 pounds and literally cried when I looked at myself in the mirror. Do you want to know why? Because I did it wrong. I was completely depleted. I was losing my hair. Like, that's why I can speak to this. I'm not literally, like, we don't make this stuff up.
Yeah.
It's real. And that's what we're doing by, trying to speak to some of this stuff, is to save people from themselves.
I feel like I can speak to, I was a chubby kid, but not
as bad as me. I'm just kidding.
I grew out of it like a lot of kids do. But the piece that I can speak to that is so heartbreaking to me is a lot of the things people are doing these days are very, very calorie depleting. They are basically starving themselves. I didn't need a shot, a pill, or a fake bar to do it. I did it on my own because I was messed up mentally. I starved myself to the point that my body was starting to shut down on me. And if you don't think that will happen, you are full of it.
Oh, I thought she was going to say that.
I did too. We were so close.
Thought she was going to cuss.
But I'm serious. Like, I was thinking
I
earlier, like, I look back at what I did to myself 18 or 20 years ago, and it's a miracle that I don't have anything worse. But I've been on hypertension medicine since I was 25 years old. I'm 44. And I weighed 100 pounds. 100 pounds with my clothes and shoes on the day that I was diagnosed with primary hypertension. I was at stroke level, 180 over 110.
Oh my gosh.
And you said stroke level.
Stroke level.
Yeah, I want to point that out because people don't realize.
No.
So yeah, you were skinny.
Skinny as could be.
Size 0?
Double. I was a double zero.
Look at you, overachiever.
It wasn't even this. That was this.
But here's my thing. So and that's what people need to understand, right? Like today, like this year more than ever, with everything that's going on, that's what people need to understand more than anything. Yeah. You were at the size you thought you wanted to be, still probably thought you weren't skinny enough.
No.
Right?
My goal weight was 98.
Yeah. Like saying
and
it
I
now.
I say it now and I laugh, but like it has been, like it's really been a thing for me because, I've been on hypertension medicine ever since. Right now at 44, I'm on the lowest dose I've been on since then. But I did enough damage to my heart and my body that I had to do that. Then no one told me I was destroying my thyroid. So then I developed Hashimoto. So like I take really good care of myself, but I still battle stuff because I did so many bad things to my body. And if you think that starving yourself or eating 1,000 calories or less, God forbid 500 or less, which is probably what I was doing, like you have no idea what's coming your way. No idea.
And don't you think too, when you say no idea, it's like you, and I was this way going the other way, right? Like the heavy way, because my eating disorder was the other way. But don't you think like all of a sudden it hits you and you're like never in a million years, like you said, saw it coming. And now all of a sudden I have all these problems. Yeah, that was me, like, but the opposite, right? So I looked in the mirror and I'm like, you are fat as hell.
And I'll tell you what made me made me look up was when they diagnosed me with hypertension, they immediately took me off birth control.
When did this happen?
I've been eating all broccoli.
Lettuce. That's it.
One piece
every day.
But yeah, they took me off birth control, and guess what? I had no menstrual cycle left, and Todd and I were trying to have a baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I had
Yeah.
done enough damage to my body that now I was putting a family at risk. And I know lots of people are probably like, well, thank God I'm not in childbearing age that are listening to this.
Yeah.
But like some people are. I know lots of young people that are still doing this kind of crazy stuff to themselves.
Yeah. And I think so really the point is like the long term. Like even in the moment,
down the
like
road.
like you're talking years.
Yeah.
So like for me being on the other side of it, because I was so heavy for so long, most of my life, at this point at 45, I'm getting to the other side of being more healthy and fit. But still to this day, if I do anything, they call it fat girl syndrome. It's true. Like, because my body and everything was so messed up. So then I went through all the things like depleting and doing all the things. So as soon as I get off track, even for a couple days, when I travel, I gain weight like crazy. So it's because of all the things, the damage I did to my body, especially not 45 with our metabolism and our hormones and like blah, 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 like all the fun stuff. It's even harder. So, and that's me, like you said, doing all the right things now.
Yeah.
So imagine what you're doing to the inside of your body when you are starving it.
Yeah.
But nobody wants to make fun of that. It's not okay.
When you were so small, did you notice, or did someone else have to tell you that you were too small? Like, did you?
Oh no,
see it?
someone had to tell me.
Yeah, me too. Like, my mom had to tell me. She was like, "You are like gross looking. You need to come to the doctor or something. You need to eat.
You need to go to the doctor.
You need to eat." No, she wouldn't tell me to go to the doctor. No doctor. Eat for sure though. She was like, "You're so small."
But
Tiny,
same thing, like, how did people look at you and be like, "Just eat a cheeseburger"?
No,
they did me.
Well, even then, I got to the point after I met with Tanya for the first time that I would try to eat, and then that's when people would be like, "You need to eat, you need to eat," and I would have my friends like they would just randomly stand up for me, but be like, "She had like 2 hamburgers and a hot dog, and she's eating a lot of food. Maybe it wasn't healthy, but at that point, I was just trying to gain weight. That was it. Not even in a healthy way. I was literally just trying to gain a little bit of weight."
Well, yeah, but like what you said is like about the topic, right? Like, why is it okay?
Yeah, like
so it's okay. It's okay for me to say, even now people say stuff to us.
Yeah.
Right? Like we live these terrible, depleted, like restrictive lives.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel
But we
pretty damn
don't
good. I
at
don't know
all.
about anybody else, but I'm doing all the things I want to do and I feel great.
Yeah.
But it's okay to say, it's not going to hurt to eat just one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Eat a cheeseburger.
Yeah.
But
That
I
happens with
can't
family.
say, you're fat, you need to get some help.
Yeah. I'm offended.
Now, would I ever say that? No, because that's hurtful and mean.
right.
But here's the thing. So is saying the same thing to somebody who's healthy or
Yeah.
trying to get healthy or is trying to get better.
Yes.
It's no different.
Yeah.
That's what I said today. Y'all are the same.
Mhm.
They're all the people that do that. You're all the same. So I don't give a shit if you're pushing whatever you're pushing to get skinny, or it's no different than making fun of somebody for being unhealthy.
Right.
No.
Well, and I think it's important in that context, and I think we have all kind of dealt with this with things that, with the work we do. Because I would put any amount of money on it. If somebody has lost it via whatever, the shot, a terrible meal plan, starvation of their own, you have to be careful what you say, because people could look at me and be like, "Oh my God, you are so skinny," and mean it terrible, and I'm over here like,
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Yes.
you know what I mean? And so, like, you have to kind of walk that fine line, and
Mhm.
and again, it needs to be more about being healthy anyway, but
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you have to be careful, like, because it becomes a trigger for people. And I promise you, having lived with an eating disorder, a lot of these things are causing eating disorders. These people have no idea. No idea.
I would say now more than ever.
Yeah.
More than ever.
Well, and that's the thing too. So when people come to us, we don't just like start throwing stuff at them. We learn them.
Right.
We learn their history.
Yeah.
I straight up, and I know you guys do the same, especially Angie, because you do a lot of the nutrition, but one of the first things I ask before we start talking about food, I straight up ask people, have you ever struggled with an eating disorder? Do you have a problem logging, tracking, or do you have any issues with food? Like, But I guarantee you, like, a lot of the things that are happening today, they're not asking those questions. We're to the point where we're doing hour consultations before we decide how we're even going to handle somebody.
Yeah.
Like,
Or
that,
who they fit with best.
yeah, and that's what healthy is supposed to be. You can't just sit down and be like, oh, you want to lose weight? Oh, okay, I got this thing for you.
Mhm.
Okay, so what kind of mental health issues you got? What kind of issues do you have? What history do you have with working out? What history do you have with nutrition?
Yeah.
What do we really need to work on to make sure I'm helping you? I want to make sure that when I see you 20 years from now, you're still doing the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what healthy is.
Mhm.
That's what we should be pushing. If you're going to label yourself healthy or
Mhm.
pushing health and wellness or helping people with their health,
So yes, only eating a whole food diet and healthy food and exercising your body and your mind work. That's it. That's the only thing that works. No.
for long term.
Yeah. No. Well. Yeah.
Yeah.
The shot. The new pill that is apparently coming out. It vibrates in your stomach.
I can't wait to
Don't
try
do
that.
that. Don't. That to me, like, does that not just sound idiotic? Like, why would you even think to put that in your body? It's a motor. We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Why
But
are you putting
it
a motor in your
is the
stomach?
motor. It looks like a tiny little bomb, but you do you.
But you do.
But no, that is the only way for a long-term success at a healthy lifestyle. That is the only way.
Yeah, and it is being like heavily, like it's everywhere, and people will say, "Well, you know, this celebrity da 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 is doing it."
Who
If we
cares?
tracked the history of that celebrity, let's talk about how many things they push. And if you don't think that they're making money doing that,
Yeah.
you are dumb.
Yeah.
Like straight up stupid. Like because that's why they push it. They get paid to do it.
Mhm.
And I guarantee you, again, I would love to just spend for free, no cost. Let me sit down with you. Let me dig into your head for a second, and I'll know in the first 10 minutes, like,
Yeah.
how healthy are you really?
Yeah.
And now when I say health there, I mean mental health. So that's a whole nother path that we could take, right?
Mhm.
So when you can lose all the weight you want and still there's people all over the country, millions of people that are skinny that have mental health issues.
Mhm.
So all the problems that people think they have because they're heavy or unhealthy, it's not just because you're heavy.
No.
It most likely is what you're putting in your body
Yeah.
that's making you heavy.
Yeah.
So get skinny, whatever. You're still gonna put the same stuff in your body, if anything.
Yeah.
And then so if you calorie deplete or starve yourself, well, your mental health goes to shit. So let's say if you are in a good spot with your mental health, then you lose weight like that. Now you have mental health issues, but you're skinny. Oh
Yeah.
yay!
Yeah.
So exciting.
Congrats.
You can't even stand to look at yourself now. That's awesome. Sign me up for that. Woo! Can't wait.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But if going back to celebrities, if you see celebrities do it, look at what else they pushed. I'm not going to say it, but look at the other things that they pushed and other things that people have put in their body, and look at all the health problems that have come out of those other things that they have put into their body.
Well, and another thing too is most of the people that we are referencing when you talk celebrity like world, all of them were body shamed for being too heavy.
Yeah.
So I can promise you this, like I literally would die on this hill, and I keep saying that, is I guarantee you just because they're thin, they're not in a good space.
No.
Like they're not like, oh my God, I feel so good. No.
No.
They're not. They're not.
And
I guarantee you.
don't let someone, if you go into a place and they are doing the shot, don't let someone bully you into doing it. Don't let someone look at you and tell you like, oh, you need this. No, you don't. No, you do not. Just fight them at that moment. Just hit them in the face and walk away. Because no, you don't. That is stupid.
Well, and that's the thing too. So like, why is that okay? So
Yeah.
why is it okay for me to say, I have this thing and you can lose all this weight? Which that means to me, okay, so in my world, in my mind, oh, see, now it's okay that you just told me I'm fat.
Yeah.
So that means that I need it?
Yeah.
Because that's what I would say. Like if somebody said that to me, I'd be like, oh, so you're calling me fat?
Free game. Go back at them.
But that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if I say, hey, I'm a personal trainer, or somebody asks me, well, I'm a
Mhm.
personal trainer, I can totally help you out, that's
Mhm.
offensive.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what
Yes.
clown world do we live in? Like,
Yeah.
how does that even make any sense?
Yeah.
Because
No.
it's mind blowing to me.
Stupid.
So for me, I'm like, you really have to stand your ground. You have to find that inner strength. If it feels wrong, it's wrong.
Yeah. If you're secretive about it and
If
embarrassed
you're
to talk
secretive,
about it,
yes.
it's wrong.
Absolutely. So if what we say or I say or whatever, if it bothers you and makes you feel some kind of way, there's a reason.
Yeah.
Because me, like if I see stuff that makes me feel some kind of way, at first I'm like, oh my God. and they're like, wait a minute, why do I feel that way?
Mhm.
It's not them, it's me.
Yeah.
Why am I feeling that way? That means I'm not staying centered and balanced with myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm not doing something right then. So to me, if you feel some kind of way and you feel bad about it, don't do it.
And I think if you truly, for whatever reason, if you have sickness and you're, whatever, if you are trying to get healthy, you need to think, am I going to be doing this? Can I see myself doing this in a year, 5 years, 10 years? And if the answer to that is no, then it's not the way to go.
Yeah.
Because you will do this, and this, and never, ever reach the point of truly being healthy.
No.
And I would say 99% of the time, there is no such thing as this is a kickstart.
No.
No, because there's no change in your habits.
No, this
We're
is
not
the
learning
kickstart
your
to your downfall.
Because that will be the thing, right? Like, and when people push that, they're like, "Oh, well, this will be a good kickstart for you." No, it won't. It's going to be you know what's going to be the kickstart to?
Your
Eating
downfall.
disorder.
Your downfall and an eating disorder.
Mhm.
This is not a kickstart to me getting better. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
what we do. We kickstart you
Yeah.
into like going in the right direction.
Yeah.
That's a kickstart to going the opposite way. You might feel okay for a minute because you see that scale going down or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not going to last very long.
No.
That's going to go away real quick.
No, because how sick do you feel? You know you feel sick. I know
Yeah.
you feel sick.
Yeah.
I see it all over Facebook.
Yeah.
Please
Well,
pray
yeah,
for me. I'm
that's the
throwing
thing,
up.
right?
Yeah.
Again, we've made that normal. That's
Well,
okay.
And when
Yeah.
you are losing, when half of what you're losing is muscle, you're going to feel tired and weak and just
Yeah.
completely depleted.
Yeah.
But you would never say that it's because of what you're putting into your body. It's always, oh, I must have a stomach bug, or oh, I must just be
Yeah.
sick constantly. No.
Yeah. No.
It's
No.
not that.
Like how you said that. No. But yeah, so the thing is like really, because we're going to start like finishing up here because we wanted to try to cut this one a little shorter, but the thing is, it's like you have to be, like when you start to take that healthy path that you're supposed to, you have to stand strong and find your circle and find your people that are going to support you and help you. Because it is very, very challenging these days if you are taking the right, correct path to true health and wellness.
Yeah.
It's like extremely hard because you do have all these things thrown at you constantly. It's literally no different than like an alcoholic getting sober and then people constantly offering them alcohol.
Yes.
So that's not okay,
No.
right?
Yeah.
That's frowned upon.
Yeah.
But this is no different.
No.
This
That's
is no
crazy.
different. Like
Yeah.
what people are doing, it's no different. So if you know somebody or you're friends with somebody or you're in a circle, I don't even know what that word was. I'm making my own words. Where somebody is trying to get healthy, then just be supportive, whether you agree with it or not. There's things that my friends do and whatever I don't agree with. That's not my own business. I'm not going to sit there and bash them about it.
Yeah.
Like, be supportive.
It's not a true friend. If
No,
your friends
yeah.
are around you bashing, or
Yeah.
if your friends are around you telling you to do bad things,
Yeah.
those aren't your friends.
That's true. That was like a parenting moment.
But I do want to say, if you're with us and you are being bullied to do this, or you are being like, call us. But we always will have your back, and we'll always fight for you. Oh my gosh, you sound like a lawyer.
There's an ad. We'll fight for you.
But we will. Tanya will post something. I'm sure it'll be okay. We
It'll
got
be
you.
It'll be fine. We'll have your back.
Always.
And that's the thing, though, too, is you do have to have people. And I know, like, with what, we do, I do, whatever, it might seem aggressive and it might seem whatever, offensive, and it hurts people's feelings. Number one, that's never my intent. My intent is never to hurt. That is not why I do what I do. It's not why we do what we do.
No.
My intent is to reach the people and help the people that need it. The people that need the support, that need that little push, that extra backbone that they don't have.
Yeah.
And the reason I do that is because I needed the support and didn't have it.
Mhm.
So that's why I push so hard. And again, it is not to upset people. Again, if it does and it really bothers you and I make you feel some kind of way, check yourself.
Yeah, why did it bother you? It's tough love, basically.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that's what it is.
Yeah, because here's my thing. If you stand strong in what you do, if you stand truly strong, 10 toes down in what you do, then you would defend it. Because I'll tell you right now, and anybody that knows me, if you're going to attack my character, my business, and what I do, and I stand strong in it, I'm coming right back at you. I'm not going to sit back and just talk about, like, oh my God, she hurt my feelings. Trust me, I ain't crying about it. I'm not crying about it because I believe in what we do. I believe that we truly try to help people. I believe that we do it the right way. I believe that we try to really set people up for long-term success. We want them to be happy. We want them to like themselves. How many times do we have people come to us like, I just want to feel comfortable in my own body?
Oh, every time. Almost everyone that comes in.
Everybody. And guess what? Sometimes they're really skinny. And they still don't like themselves.
Yeah.
And they're still unhealthy. So we need to make it okay, to finish it up, we need to make it okay to talk about being healthy the right way.
Yes.
More people need to do what we're doing. Like, honestly. More people need to step up and support people and say, you know what? It's okay. It's okay to be different than what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that just because everybody else is.
Yeah.
So my thing is, too, is let's talk next year. Let's see from today, 2025, in January, where people are at.
Yeah. Yes.
I can tell you where our people will be. And the thing is like you can watch videos that we do, and maybe everybody isn't in shape and perfect and whatever visually.
Yeah. But listen to their stories.
But listen to our people's stories.
Yeah.
Our people's stories start from within. And it takes years. It takes a lot of work to get truly healthy.
Yeah.
But a story is not a picture. A success story is not a picture.
No.
Everybody's success story is different. 99% of the time, a true success story in health and wellness is internal. And it could be something not necessarily like the way they feel, the way they move, the way they handle life, the way they deal with their families.
Yeah.
You know, because they're building on the inside, like they're making themselves healthy on the inside.
Yeah.
The longer you work on the inside, what happens?
It shows on the outside.
Yeah.
They're like glowing.
But if you start from the outside, what happens?
You're gonna feel like.
And what happens on the inside? The inside is dark.
It
So
stays
yeah,
the same.
it stays the same. So the dark that you started with,
Yeah.
you still have. You still have the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have a smaller size clothes. It'll never be small enough. You're never going to be happy there most of the time.
Yeah.
Because, I'm not going to, and you do have some stories where they do well and they flip and they start eating healthy, and that's very, very, very rare.
Yeah.
I've been doing this for 12 years, and that's very rare to where you see that happen. So my thing is like, stay strong. It's okay to want to be healthy the right way.
Yeah.
And if anybody, of course, ever needs help, we're always around.
Yes.
And what do we always say, Angie? This is her favorite line.
Usually before the conversation is always free.
Yeah. And she always says it's so cute. But it's true. A conversation with us is always free. We do free consultations all the time. I'm always open, especially around these topics. Yeah, I'm busy, but I'm never too busy to have a conversation. So if somebody is struggling with something, with a decision, and they need a different perspective and different advice, I will always make time for that. That's free. I don't charge for that. I could sit and talk about this stuff all day long. I love it. I'm passionate about it, and I want to help people. So if you need the help, the only thing is, one of the hardest things to do is to take that first step and ask for help. But it's free. You can't get any better than that, right?
Yeah. I know that shot ain't free.
She's on it today, too.
I'm really excited for the feedback that comes back from this podcast.
Yeah. But please, like, when you see the podcast, share, comment. It's a slow grow. It's hard. It's a hard grow, but we enjoy doing it, and we are learning a lot about ourselves. We're growing a lot ourselves. Like, when we do these, I think just a level of confidence is different with what we do. I think we're confident, but I think it makes us even more confident in what we do too, and it continues to help us to build on the confidence of what we do. So, yeah.
Notice how she said we get better every time because we continue to do it. We didn't just do it once and give up.
That's the truth. That's a good point, because most people stop before, 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm only doing one a month, so it takes a long time to get to 25. But here's the thing. We're not quitters. We're not quitters. We'll keep pushing and doing all that. But yeah, if anybody needs any help, all three of us, you can always reach out to us at Transcend Training. You can reach out to us Facebook, messaging, Instagram. Our numbers are all over the place. The studio phone, our personal, like we're everywhere. It's easy. So people are so accessible these days. So it's easy to get a hold of us. And literally you can reach out and just say, I'd like to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, another good one. As always.
That was real good.
We want to start having people on here, so we think that like maybe we might start asking some people to join us and stuff. Like, would be great. We need to have we really legitimately need to have a TV show. Could you imagine?
Really
could you imagine just sitting around a table and just having live conversation with people that like necessarily don't agree with you? Do you think people would do it?
I think they would.
I think so too.
Yeah, just to fight with
Maybe.
you. Yeah, I think they would.
To fight with me. To fight. I don't fight.
Or maybe just to try to prove you wrong. That would be funny. I feel like a lot of people would try to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spencer's always trying with his AL8, right? So
we'll let him in. That's fine.
We'll let him in. Yeah, he can go here. All right. So thank you for joining us today with episode 6 of Unfiltered Chats. I'm Tanya Moorhead.
I'm Peyton Wool.
I'm Angie Lucas.
Make it an amazing, strong day.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on today's Unfiltered Chat with Transcend Training. You can stay connected with us on Facebook, Instagram, our awesome YouTube channel, our amazing website, transcendtrainingky.com, and our brand new Transcend Training app. Stay healthy and stay strong, friends. See you next time.